Hey, thanks for joining me on Life in Surround. I just wanted to take a few minutes to discuss a new Surround album arrival here. And even though I have actually reviewed this album before, this is a new version of it, a new edition of it. And I think it might be fair to say new version. This is Toto IV. This is the long, highly esteemed, the long, highly held Elliot Scheiner 5.1 mix. And I'm telling you, this is the culmination of a favorite mixing engineer, a favorite mastering engineer, a top-notch, world-class band made up of just the highest caliber studio musicians. Like, these are the guys who play behind Michael Jackson on Thriller. Um, got a couple of massive hits on this album, and then in between the opener and the closer, you have some pretty deep album cuts, and in some cases, um, songs that I prefer over time, like Lovers in the Night. Now, like I said, I've already reviewed this album, so I'm not going to retread that same ground. But I want to show you this 7-inch artwork Sony Japan series style of SACD, and just kind of talk to you about like the magic of, when a Holy Grail album, highly sought after and very expensive, gets reissued. It can be just a marvelous thing. And the previous edition of this, I think it was 2003 Sony, perhaps, holds a special place in my heart. A viewer of this channel who has become a very dear friend wanted to gift it to me, and by mistake ordered the stereo version, missing the surround mix. And that was a generous enough gift because that cost a bundle. But I found out that it didn't have the 5.1 mix on it, informed him, let him know that I was going to do what I could to track down the 5.1 version, and we resold, the stereo version and put that toward the 5.1 version. It ended up being so expensive that I think we went halves on it just so that we could both sleep better at night. It was, something like just under $100. So now this has been reissued, and I think you're going to pay over 50, but you are going to get a pretty excellent, well thought out, well rendered package, and you're going to pay half the price, and you're going to have something new. So anyway, I want to show you what comes in these 7-inch packages. For one thing, you have larger artwork. They come in a protective sleeve. This is kind of like for us vinyl collectors, and you can tell that I sort of like this album because I have the vinyl right over there. It comes in a protective outer sleeve, and that holds your hype sticker. It's mostly Japanese, but no problem keeping the hype sticker there because it's part of the protective sleeve. You get an obi strip with album information, and even shows you like all the contents there. And then on the other side, you get a reverse of the obi strip with some of their other albums listed. You get this basically a LP replica artwork, and it's not 12 inches, but it is 7, so it's easier to read. It's in better detail than you're gonna get on your average CD insert, your average jewel case insert. Lots of information about the album. I could have compared with my version over there, assuming that it's gatefold, or maybe this replicates the dust jacket, the inner sleeve, the lyric sleeve. But in any case, you get band photos, you get album information on the inner fold. So this is a gatefold, and you get the cover and more song and information and band photos on the back. And you get, I don't know, an alternate, a spare obi strip. So I'm not sure what that's about, but it's the first album I'm aware of that's come with a spare or an alternate. And you get a series of posters. Like this one commemorates the Rosanna single, probably the Japanese single. And then I thought I saw something for Africa. So let's try to find that. Oh, Afraid of Love. We Made It. And here's Africa. So that might be like the 7-inch or the 12-inch single artworks. And I Won't Hold You Back, Waiting for Your Love. So yeah, we get art that commemorates the singles, I think. And looks like this is probably a big ass poster. Get an album promo poster. Oh, it's a concert poster. Get a concert poster. I bet that's from when they did some dates in Japan. So that's pretty awesome. And let's see. Session list. I am not exactly sure what this is. Oh, I think this may be where the members of Toto have appeared on other albums. And it's quite an extensive list. And then you get Toto discography up to this point. You get their debut, Hydra, Turn Back. So anyway, this is cool. Like I said, Toto, are comprised of basically world-class session musicians. So that's interesting information to see what else they've played on. I'll take a look through that. And then you get a huge booklet. Get a band photo, a bunch of stuff in Japanese. Get some recording footage, or pictures rather. Nice. Get some musician pics. So you get a big book. It's got excellent photos. This is kind of outdoing what would have come in the LP even. This is cool. And I guess I could be showing off every page if this were an unboxing, but I don't know. Look at that massive keyboard array. I want you to order this. I want you to support Sony Japan because I love what they do. You can see more of these 7-inch, format artwork, format selections back there. I've got a bunch of Santana, Miles Davis, Jeff Beck, and others. And now Toto IV. And like I said, the cool thing is when, the surround community has been playing catch up, on an album that sold out. This is an amazing 5.1 Elliot Scheiner mix and a wonderful Darcy Proper mastering. And it has been highly coveted and very expensive to track down for many years. And now it's reissued, and it's still expensive for a standalone title. But for what you get, this, lovingly curated artwork, and a disc that's new to you. It's not all scratched up. And I wanted to just make the point that it's believed that this mastering of the 5.1 mix is the same as that which was given to us in the recent massive Toto box set. I think it's called All In, and that featured a Blu-ray that has Toto IV in 5.1, and the mastering is slightly different. The DR numbers, I believe, are slightly higher, which would mean that this mastering is a little bit more delicate. And the mix is the same. It was wonderful before, it's wonderful now. The mastering is a tiny bit different. And, just looking at the numbers, It appears that it's even a bit more dynamic than ever. And so I'm just super excited about this. I can't, really praise this Sony Japan series of SACDs highly enough. So I encourage you to go to CD Japan. I'm in no way affiliated with them. I'm just trying to give you what I think is a great tip. If you are, as passionate about surround music as I am, or even a little bit, and you haven't checked out CD Japan, look through their multi-channel SACDs, and there's just a wealth of music waiting for you. And I think they may also still be issuing out like jewel case size multi-channel as well. I have quite a few multi-channel SACDs from CD Japan, and if I didn't, my collection would really suffer for it. These are very notable, very important titles. And so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. My excitement that Toto IV reissue has come, and I enjoy, the expanded artwork, the larger format artwork. Here, pulling it out of the gatefold jacket. Here is the SACD itself. It's a normal SACD, so it'll play in your SACD player. It'll play in your CD player. It's got a CD layer, an SACD stereo, and SACD 5.1 layer. And it just comes on this little black card to help it fit in the artwork better. All right. So anyway, I think that is kind of what there is to say about the Sony Japan 7-inch artwork series release of Toto IV. If you have been hunting down the super expensive out-of-print version, you don't have to anymore. Yes, the mastering is a little different, in my opinion. It's just as good, possibly a little better. And there are some typos in the the SACD information, and I'm not sure where that happens in the production chain. But just be aware of that. If you put this on and your player shows you the song titles, I've heard there are a couple of misspellings. But other than that, this is amazing. I think you should just track it down with full confidence, make it a part of your collection, spin it, crank it. Trust me, it's not just Rosanna and Africa. Like, this album is packing some deep, deep cuts. And I actually gave this album a chance because of the Elliot Scheiner 5.1 mix. I was sucked into just the great songs, and then I even circled back and started at Toto's debut and started collecting more of their records, and I'm legitimately now a fan. But it's the music and it's the songs that won me over. So yes, this is pop, and it's not as hard as rock can get, but it's super musical. Very, very well-written stuff, excellently performed, excellent mix, excellent master, lovingly curated, beautiful artistic release. And it's new, and it's, available for retail, so hop on it if you're interested. I appreciate you watching. Please give a thumbs up if you like this video. Subscribe, ring the notification bell if you haven't. All of that helps this channel, and I appreciate it, and I appreciate you, and I want all of you to live life in surround.